NaLyssa Smith and Angel Reese both got technical fouls, and things got a little chippy between the two.
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice pass.
Right there.
How did DJ hit that to Smith? That was in our line of sight. There wasn't any daylight.
The speed and accuracy of that pass.
Now we got some chippiness. Smith and Reese jawing at each other.
The Women's National Basketball Association is facing a growing crisis of player conduct and league oversight. A recent altercation between Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese and Dallas Wings forward NaLyssa Smith, which ended in double technical fouls, has intensified concerns about the league's ability to uphold professional standards. This incident, combined with increasing scrutiny over overly physical play and Caitlin Clark's recent injury, underscores a troubling trend of escalating confrontations that threaten the integrity and reputation of women's professional basketball.
Give me that! Jesus, dude, when NaLyssa Smith is doing that to you, you know you just aren't ready for it, man. When NaLyssa Smith is D'ing you up, blocking her shot, folks, Angel, you cooked her up last year. What happened?
The latest flashpoint in the WNBA's growing conduct concerns erupted during the Chicago Sky's 94-83 win over the Dallas Wings, when Angel Reese and NaLyssa Smith became entangled in a heated exchange that required intervention from both teammates and officials. The incident unfolded with just over 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter after Reese committed a foul on Smith that sent her tumbling out of bounds. What started as a routine basketball play quickly escalated into a tense confrontation, raising serious questions about the league's image and its approach to player safety and discipline.
By the way, this started off by NaLyssa Smith going for a rebound and Angel just shoving her. Just shoving her and then complaining to the refs. And by the way, I don't blame Angel Reese for, shoving people and expecting to get away with it. The referees have shown that you are allowed to shove people and get away with it. Like, that is a given. So,
after the foul was called, Reese voiced her frustration with the referee's decision, prompting NaLyssa Smith to walk past her and make a comment that escalated tensions. Instead of allowing officials to de-escalate the situation, Reese responded with verbal sparring that led to a face-to-face confrontation. Teammates were forced to step in and separate the players. Both Reese and Smith were issued technical fouls for their roles in the incident, but the altercation highlights a deeper issue: a growing failure in league oversight and player accountability within the WNBA.
Now, if I was to take bets in this, NaLyssa Smith versus Angel Reese, I'm putting all of my $2.47. I'm putting all of that on NaLyssa Smith. All right, I'm not sure it would be even close. Like, I'm not sure Angel Reese would actually want that to turn into something where hands are involved.
The confrontation was not merely an isolated burst of competitive passion, but part of a recurring pattern of aggressive behavior between these two players. According to reports, Reese and Smith have a history of exchanging words and tensions, dating back to the 2024 season, when Reese was a rookie and Smith was still with the Indiana Fever. This ongoing friction points to a larger issue: the WNBA's failure to effectively address and manage interpersonal conflicts between players before they escalate into public incidents that risk harming the league's image and credibility.
What happened last year? Was it the Indiana Fever on the jersey? That made you go extra hard? Was it that other player on that team that was like, oh, that 22, oh, I really want to show her something? Is that what really made it? Because in these matchups against the Dallas Wings, you really haven't been anything special at all. Maybe NaLyssa Smith was tired of seeing her in a meme all offseason. And NaLyssa's like, you know what? That next time I play her, I'm not going to let her cook me and do me like that.
If you're enjoying this coverage, please consider subscribing. The way this confrontation unfolded raises serious concerns about player discipline and emotional control in the WNBA. NaLyssa Smith's visible frustration, slamming the ball to the floor after the foul, and Angel Reese's shift from disputing the referee's call to directly confronting Smith demonstrate a troubling lack of professional restraint. The fact that teammates had to physically step in to separate the players underscores that this was not just a moment of competitive intensity, but a situation that could have escalated into something far more serious. The WNBA's response to the incident has been notably restrained. Both players were assessed standard technical fouls, but no further disciplinary action was taken. This measured approach stands in stark contrast to the intensity and volatility of the confrontation. and it raises questions about whether the league is taking aggressive player behavior seriously enough. While the technical fouls acknowledge that professional boundaries were crossed, the absence of stronger consequences may send the wrong message that such outbursts carry little risk. This could set a dangerous precedent and undermine efforts to maintain a standard of professionalism and respect within the league.
And if you guys don't remember, like even last season, the two of them were getting into it through the entire season. The two of them were getting into it, and you saw literally when the referees tried to break it up, you saw them just go like, don't. Like the two of them want to get into it. And again, this is a rivalry.
The Reese-Smith altercation cannot be viewed as an isolated incident. It's emblematic of a growing pattern of overly aggressive behavior that has begun to define recent WNBA seasons. One of the most telling precedents came during the season opener, when Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were involved in a heated exchange following a physical play. In that instance, Clark was assessed a flagrant foul, despite later explaining it as a routine take foul with no malicious intent, while Reese and Indiana Fever, forward Aaliyah Boston, both received technicals. This incident serves as a critical lens through which to examine the league's current climate. While Clark maintained professionalism and downplayed the confrontation, the decision to label her action as a flagrant highlights how even standard basketball plays are now being scrutinized more closely, likely because of the increased tension and physicality that's become prevalent across the league. In contrast, other players, particularly Reese, have shown a pattern of escalating conflicts rather than diffusing them. This behavioral disparity raises questions about consistency in league discipline and the effectiveness of existing deterrents. The growing frequency of technical fouls and in-game confrontations signals a deeper, systemic issue. While the WNBA, like the NBA, imposes automatic suspensions after 7 technical fouls, with further penalties after every additional 2, the persistence of these incidents suggests the current disciplinary framework may not be doing enough to restore control or enforce a standard of professionalism. If the league wants to protect its athletes, maintain its reputation, and capitalize on its rising visibility, it must take a firmer and more consistent approach to managing conduct before these flashpoints become the norm rather than the exception.
Through your perspective on the flagrant foul, what was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know. If either Angel gets wide open 2 points, or we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
The proliferation of on-court confrontations and technical fouls presents serious challenges for the WNBA as it seeks to solidify its status as a premier professional sports league. Basketball fans tune in and fill arenas to witness elite competition, not verbal altercations and physical disputes that pull focus from the game. Every stoppage caused by unnecessary conflict is a missed opportunity to highlight the athleticism, skill, and strategic excellence that define women's basketball at its highest level. The contrast between players who maintain composure under pressure and those who repeatedly resort to confrontation is becoming increasingly pronounced. While some athletes rise above adversity and allow their performance to speak for itself, others seem to treat every disagreement or hard foul as a chance to escalate tensions, drawing more attention for their antics than their actual gameplay. This disparity undermines the integrity of competition. Players who consistently conduct themselves with professionalism are often overshadowed by those who generate headlines through controversy. As a result, the league risks sending the wrong message that drama, not discipline, is the fastest route to visibility. For the WNBA to continue growing its fan base and earning broader respect in the sports world, it must ensure that professional conduct is not just expected but enforced. The spotlight should remain on talent, teamwork, and toughness, not theatrics.
Angel Reese playing like trash all game, but that confidence doesn't waver, I guess, right? The arrogance doesn't waver, right? We could miss layups, we could miss shots, but that confidence doesn't waver at all. I mean, look at this. Angel Reese, after going 3 for 12 on the night, at this point, she has a historic play where she elbows Dejanay out the way, and here we go. Move it, little girl. And yeah, Angel Reese talking that trash. Yeah. You guys can't stop me. I'm 4 for 13.
So the WNBA might as well just name Caitlin Clark the MVP right now, because so far she's missed 2 games due to injury, And not only have the Fever lost both games, but now in this one, they lost to quite possibly the worst team in the league, which just shows how important of a piece she is to that team. She's averaging 19 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds a game this year in the 4 games she played. She is super important to that team, and it's proving it that she is the most valuable player on that team.
She's going to be out for a couple weeks. Let's see how viewership does in the 3 weeks that she's out. Let's see how ticket sales go when she's out. Let's see how the WNBA as a whole comes out. Because I think they're trying to make a message to the WNBA that, hey, look, we don't necessarily have to put this woman on a pedestal. Like, she doesn't need to be treated like Jesus, Mary, Mother of God, anything like that. But I think if the WNBA wants to go in the right way with these CBA negotiations and getting bigger and more prominent, they need to embrace change. And she is good change for the WNBA.
WNBA ripped off Craigslist because I don't know what's going on. So you're going to tell me Angel can not only grab and pull the girl down on her, no call, but then Boston got her hands straight up in the air, not doing nothing, and the other girl tangled up in her, and Boston get called for the foul. It's obviously an agenda out on Indiana Fever. Even with Caitlin sitting on the bench, they still doing this. Somebody please tell me what's going on.
Not seeing Angel Reese chase after NaLyssa Smith here. This is one of those basketball fights where no basketball things where people chirp at each other and they don't jump up and run after the person. Like, you know it's a bit different on that one there. And by the way, I don't think that the situation with Caitlin and Angel shows that they hate each other. I think they just hate each other, period. I think they just hate each other in general.